The Stath is back.
Appeared convincingly in front of Congress as Barack Obama.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for another Top 10 Badass Jason Statham moments.
Wondered if there's any horseshoes in the end.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at more of actor Jason Statham's most awesome moments, whether he's kicking our asses or making us laugh them off. If you didn't see a moment you thought should be on here, be sure to check out our first video of the Top 10 Badass Jason Statham moments.
Just one sec.
Number 10. A real spy. Spy.
Well, how did I get into this shitbox hotel room? Because I'm a real spy.
It's not an obvious pairing, but Jason Statham and comedies surprisingly go hand in hand. In the case of this hilarious espionage spoof, Statham exaggerates his tough guy persona to the point where his supposed accomplishments in the field keep getting more and more ridiculous.
I am undercover because you're not supposed to be here.
Well, I'll make a habit of doing things that people say I can't do.
This results in one of the film's funniest moments, as he lists off the reasons why he's a real spy compared to Melissa McCarthy's amateur undercover agent.
I once used defibrillators on myself. I pulled shards of glass at my eye. I've jumped from a high-rise building using only a raincoat as a parachute.
We don't know if any of these actually happened, but we sure as hell would love to see it in a sequel. Especially the part about reattaching his own arm with his other arm.
This arm has been ripped off completely and reattached with this fucking arm.
Number 9. Slapkjack, The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon.
Jason and I are about to play a game called Slapkjack.
Jimmy had better count himself lucky. There aren't many people who can hit Jason Statham, even in the name of entertainment, and walk away without suffering grievous injuries.
Ready? Yeah, go on in.
While appearing on Fallon's show, the actor and host play a round of blackjack, only with one slight tweak. A giant prosthetic hand slaps the loser at the end of the round.
This is my first win! I finally beat Jason Statham!
Amid the fits of giggles, there's a fair bit of tension on Jimmy's part given how Jason Statham, despite his niceties, is still a pretty intimidating guy. Yes, even while wearing a novelty oversized hand.
Give me one.
Number 8. Father of the Year, Homefront.
You owe my son a goddamn apology.
Take it easy.
If messing with Statham by himself is enough to earn you a trip to the hospital, then what do you think would happen if you messed around with his daughter? After moving to a new town, single father Phil Broker finds that he doesn't just have to worry about dealing with a drug kingpin, but also other a-hole parents. When one of the other dads pushes things too far and decides to get violent, he quickly learns that he took a swing at the wrong man. It's parental interference at its most extreme.
You really have to take them down that hard, though?
Number 7. World of Play, the LG G5 commercial. You can never have too much Jason Statham, though in this case, they really are pushing it. In a highly creative, surreal, and oh-so-entertaining promotion for the LG G5 mobile phone, we see that anyone using said phone suddenly becomes Jason Statham. Men, women, and children alike. It then goes on to show all the various Stathams engaging in his usual action tropes, including robbing a store while wearing a mask of himself. We always wanted more guys like Statham around. Guess we got our wish.
Get ready to play.
Number 6. Basketball Showdown, The Expendables.
Where is he?
6 guys, a basketball court, and one pissed-off Jason Statham. We know this is going to be a bloodbath from the moment we find out that one of the douchebags had attacked the Stath's girl. And given how he plays a mercenary who's a natural with knives, you also know that despite their numbers, these boys are going down hard. While he doesn't end up killing anyone, he does put the fear of God into them, courtesy of a well-earned beatdown, as well as a painfully metaphoric threat. Slam dunk. Number 5. DingDong, the Transporter. Frank Martin is the best in the business, guaranteed to get your package from A to B, no questions asked. And as it happens, the only refund policy he has comes in the form of an ass-kicking. When his contractors decide to silence him via a conveniently placed bomb, costing him his car in the process, Frank decides to get even the only way he knows how. After he kicks in the door, we're treated to an explosion of action, where the would-be killers quickly learn that messing with this particular transporter was a very unwise move indeed. Number 4. Bike Chase, Transporter 3.
Hello?
You've disappointed me.
Never put Frank Martin in a corner, because no matter how impossible the situation, he will always manage to claw his way out. In this third installment of the Transporter franchise, the big baddie decides to dispose of Frank in a complicated way that involves a remotely explosive bracelet. With the bracelet set to explode if he gets too far from his car, Frank has to think fast when a goon makes off with his ride.
Who are you?
Been your chauffeur.
Always one to rise to the challenge, Frank shows him that even without his car, the transporter always reaches his destination, even if it's on a bike. Number 3. Man and Knife, The Expendables 2.
By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you Man and Knife.
Nothing beats a good pun, especially when Jason Statham is the guy dishing it out. Heavily outgunned with an enemy militia closing in on them, the Expendables set up an ambush to even the odds, one of which involves our man Lee Christmas dressing up as a monk in order to catch their attackers off guard. His disguise goes off without a hitch in the beginning, but then he delivers a rather pointy one-liner before busting out a knife and stabbing through his foes with ease. It's like he took a vow, and that vow was a vow of awesome. Number 2. Kaiju Battle, Crank, High Voltage. We would not want to be Chev Chelios. He doesn't even get a chance to recover from nearly plunging to his death before he ends up getting kidnapped and having his heart surgically removed. Now in pursuit of the mobsters who stole his strawberry tart, Chev finds himself getting into all sorts of painfully funny situations. The best of the best, however, has Chev chasing down one mobster through a power plant. You'd think this would turn into your average fistfight, but then it suddenly turns into a scene right out of an old Godzilla film. It doesn't need to make sense. It just needs to never end. Number 1. Jason Statham vs. Dwayne Johnson, Furious 7. Be honest, someone would need to be on a whole other level to be able to match Jason Statham in the badass department, right? Enter Dwayne Johnson, who, as Luke Hobbs, is nothing short of a beast, and more than worthy of taking on Statham's rogue assassin, Deckard Shaw.
Agent Hobbs, right?
That's right.
While Shaw is gathering intel on Dom and his crew, these powerhouses end up clashing in one of the franchise's most entertaining and hard-hitting brawls. Punches are traded, bodies are thrown, and of course, the whole thing ends with an explosion. You could technically say he cheated, but hey, the Stath was the one walking away by the end of it.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.